Good evening, Bahamas, coming up tonight on our news. A commonly used blood pressure medication recalled. The University of the Bahamas unveils its Legends Garden, plus
Our news is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to our news and thanks for joining us. I'm Christina Dragovich. Topping news tonight, former Prime Minister Perry Christie says politics played a role in the choice of Sir Rowland Simonette for the title of National Hero. The former Prime Minister says only Sir Lyndon Pindling should have been awarded the top honor, adding that he hopes the reputation of the award can be recouped. Jillian Gray reports.
Government's inaugural national honors has been stained by controversy and politics, according to former Prime Minister Perry Christie, who says he was surprised by government's decision to bestow the honor of National Hero to 4 persons instead of giving the singular honor to former Prime Minister Sir Lyndon Pindling.
We always thought that Lyndon Pindling, just by the very nature of the prominence historically that he played in the establishment of the nation and the leadership at the time of majority rule, so majority rule and independence, set him apart from any other political figure in the country. And so for me, I was surprised to see that a decision was not made to single him out and place him in that hallowed position.
Christie's comments come days after his successor, PLP leader Philip Davis, pointed to procedural flaws in the process of choosing Sir Rowland Simonette as National Hero and accused Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis of making the decision to include the country's first premier based on partisanship. The PLP has also said Sir Lyndon should have received a singular hero's honor in the first year. Christie did not say if he felt Sir Rowland should have been honored at all, but said there are very few people who will ever qualify for the title of National Hero, and there is bound to be controversy when someone is added for political and cosmetic reasons.
If you read the law and the painstaking way they say you must go about identifying that person as to fitness and suitability for the honor, you will see right away that it's easy to become controversial when you want to add for political reasons, right, and cosmetic political reasons, someone to the list who will be controversial. And that is what we are faced with today.
PLP Chairman Fred Mitchell and Anglican Archdeacon James Palacios have said Sir Rowland Simonette is no national hero. According to the National Honors Act 2016, a national hero must have made a seminal contribution to the Bahamas and which contribution has altered the course of history of the Bahamas in a positive way. The former Prime Minister fears the consequences of the controversy surrounding the National Honors selection process will be profound.
The sad implication of controversy is that in starting off a national honors, in contradistinction to the Queen's honors, the slightest mistake will scar that and cause people to see it as diminishing or a diminished set of honors.
Last week, the government announced the names of 38 Bahamians to be honored. Christie is among them. When asked if he thought national honors have become tainted, Christie said,
when you talk to people, you find that when they speak of it, and those who really are interested in having this conversation, that is their concern. That how do you recover from this? And that, you know, it's a conversation that will be a never-ending discussion, a never-ending point. Whenever the issue of honors come up, your memory is refreshed as to what many people regard as a misstep.
Christie acknowledged that politics played a role in the selection process, but suggested that is to be expected.
If the government decides to interfere with it, it's recognizable, you know, and throughout even the Queen's honors, governments advise the Queen. and through the Queen's Honest, you would see the slant that is taken. And so one understands the politics of it, and one understands that a government that is in power will want to honor people who they think are deserving of honor, and oftentimes politics prevents one side from seeing the merit of the other side's point of view.
Christie said he hopes the controversy surrounding the national honors does not have a lasting effect. Reporting for Our News, I'm Jillian Gray.
Well, a commonly used blood pressure medication has been pulled from shelves in local pharmacies after several drugs containing Valsartan were recalled in the United States on Friday due to an impurity that poses a potential cancer risk. The Ministry of Health said in a statement, 2 particular strengths of one brand of Valsartan have been identified and confirmed as having been in circulation at the time of the contamination recall. Health officials have urged all patients of public health care facilities who have been dispensed Valsartan 80 12.5 milligram tablets or Valsartan 160 milligram tablets between May 1st and July 13th, 2018 to return their medication to the nearest public clinic or hospital to be replaced. Because Valsartan is used in medications to treat serious medical conditions, the ministry says patients taking the recalled Valsartan containing meds should continue to take them until they have a replacement product. Health officials also advise persons who have experienced adverse effects of those medications to seek medical care immediately. In other news, discussion still ongoing between the government and gaming houses regarding the increase in taxes facing the sector and how any negative effects can be mitigated moving forward. That according to Minister of Finance Peter Turnquest. Turnquest telling Our News government still has plans to move forward with its tax plan for the industry.
What I know is that we have put forward a plan, and we are going ahead with respect to that implementing that plan. You know, we continue to have discussions with the gaming industry to hear their concerns and to see how we can mitigate whatever risk there may be. But in terms of the taxation plan, we intend to go forward.
A sliding scale of tax increases on the sector came into effect on July 1st. Since government announced those plans, several web shops announced plans to close stores and lay off hundreds of employees, forcing both sides to come to the negotiating table. The Web Shop Operators Association said it would not make any further comments to the media until those negotiations are complete. The finance minister says even if there are any changes, he's not sure what effect it will have on government's 3-year goal to have a balanced budget.
Outside of any significant disruption, hurricane or war or trade war or any of these items or these issues, that we ought to be able to achieve our consolidation plan.
The life and legacy of Basil Sands remembered as Bahamians pay tribute to the man hailed as a pioneer in the country's accounting field. Sands, who was the founding president of the Bahamas Institute of Chartered Accountants, died at home yesterday. He was 88 years old. His son, Bahamar executive Robert Sandy Sands, remembers his father as a family man whose enduring legacy will be his children. Sands was Treasurer Emeritus of the Anglican Diocese. Minister of Health Dr. Dwayne Sands said in a Facebook post, "I live my life in large part because of the values instilled by my parents, and while saddened today, I know that I am better because of his example." Dr. Basil Sands also paid tribute to their father, whom he says was his hero. Progressive Liberal Party leader Philip Davis said Sands' death was a sign that an era has come to an end. Sands is survived by his wife, Roberta, his children, Robert, Diane, Basil, Renee, and Dwayne, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and many other relatives. Thinking about skipping leg day? Our Kyle Joaquin may just change your mind. Here's Fit Friday.
3, 2.
Michael Bellet is a 6'7" soccer player and PTA Global Certified Trainer. He's as fit as they come, but as I try to get in shape for the remainder of the summer months, Michael took a minute to teach me how important it is to work the whole body.
I work with a lot of athletes, so I'm an athlete myself, so you know, legs are pretty much the foundation where you always want to get started. The upper body is important as well, but you never want to forget the lower body. So
Now, I'm not one to work legs in the gym, so I knew this one would be kind of tough.
what we're going to start off with is a resistance bind. I'm going to take them around the ankles. Right, I'm going to drop the hips down nice and low, keeping tension on the quads and the hamstrings. Coming across, small steps, and here we go.
This feels so good.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Pretty easy for now.
This is good because anything on one leg, it forces you to use your core. So even when you're not aware of it, you're always using your core. Oh.
That's easy for him because it's like a small step up. He's tall, look.
There you go.
And then it got kind of tough.
If someone doesn't do much legs, he looks pretty good.
Hey, that's 6. Is it 6?
Yeah, it's just 6. Switch. Last 2. Here we go.
2 more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sit back.
Show me the power rate, like, drink that. And then it was time for abs. Doing all right?
Yeah. Driving the knees all the way into the chest.
Okay, we just got done with the killer leg and core workout. You can see the resistance band still around my ankles. Michael, so, give me a second. People don't usually work legs, and we did this all outdoors, so we can do this at home.
Of course. All you need is just a little resistance. You can follow me on Instagram, mindmuscleconnection_, mindmuscleconnection30@gmail.com.
With another edition of Fit Friday for Our News, I'm Kyle Joaquin. I did it?
Yeah.
Still to come on Our News, the Foreign Affairs Minister talks working with the Dominican Republic after dozens of poachers are charged. Plus, the University of the Bahamas Legends Garden unveiled. That's coming up when Our News returns.